Isn't it the lady that gave the testimony on NSPPD about her grandmother that died of breast cancer? Her mother died of breast cancer. Now she herself was presented with breast cancer. If she did not know the author of fire, what would have happened? It would just move what? To the next generation. And you wonder, where did it come from? Don't downplay on the mountain. Fire!
When you know that it's time to break from that negative cycle, you stop doing things like how every other person does things. I will not operate under the crowd mentality, the mob mentality. I have come for an encounter.
Mountains can vary in their appearance and in their form. What does this mean? It varies in appearance, which is still part of the form. But the two things I'm interested in is that it can vary in appearance and in elevation. Do you understand what I mean? Have you seen different mountains? And some mountains, they look different. So you see a mountain now. This mountain is a steep one. You see another mountain. It looks as if it's sloping. But mountain is mountain. Elevation means height. So there are mountains that are 300 meters. There are some that are 700 meters. There are some 1,000. There are some that's how it continues to go. But what I want you to take out of this is that whether it appears different, whether the height is different from another person's own, the most important thing is that it is a mountain. Whether it is small, and that is the problem. At times when mountains show up, it comes and you think it is just small. So that's why we begin to manage things we should not manage. I don't care the way it has appeared in your life, but you must be discerning enough to know that this thing is a mountain. It's a mountain. It may not come with 2 heads or 7 heads or 2 horns or 7 horns, but it is what? A mountain. So whether the appearance is different or it looks different in height or somebody's own looks more than your own, please hear me as I hear the Lord. Don't downplay on the mountain. Don't take it for granted, because that is where a lot of us make mistakes. You know why you can't take it for granted? Hear me. It is said that the mountain comes in what? There's something that is called a mountain belt, a mountain range. Meaning that when one mountain shows up, mountains don't usually exist on their own. One, you will rarely find a mountain on its own. But he's saying that this is what is called a mountain belt. Who knows about mountains? Who knows about mountains? Is it true? Mountain belt. I read it. And you know what it means? It means that when you see one mountain, it means that there are other mountains together with it. So that's what is called mountain belt. You know a belt now, how belt is mountain range. So they don't just stay one on their own. That is why we try to address things immediately. Because if you don't start dealing with it immediately, just know that there are other mountains that are waiting. The belt is there. If you don't remove this one, it will bring all his brothers and his sister, and they will all form. And that's why negativity progresses. That's why something will start small. It started as a headache. You downplayed, you took it for granted. You say it's just headache. What is headache? You went and they told you no. You said it's just no. They used to tell people no. We were 10, they told no to that day. Whether they tell 10 people no, I am not part of the 10. I cannot adjust to such things. But you say, all of us went for the interview. Everybody they told no. So you leave. You don't know that this is how patterns start. That's how mountains start. Once the mountain comes and he sees that she did not do much, she accepted me, he begins to get comfortable. And that's how they begin to form themselves around you. Tomorrow you look at yourself, you now wonder, where did all these things come from? Where did these things come from? Isn't it the lady that gave the testimony last week on NSPPD about her grandmother that died of breast cancer? Her mother died of breast cancer. Now she herself was presented with breast cancer. If she did not know the author of fire, what would have happened? And you know what would have happened? It would just move what? To the next generation. It happened to her grandmother. At least her grandmother married and got children. It happened to her mother. The mother married and got children. That lady did not look like she was married in my eye. I didn't see ring, but she was very young. But I know that when it happened to her mother, the mother was not as young as she was. So as the mountains are even coming, it is coming closer in age. Who knows? Maybe the next generation, 8 years old, 10 years old. and you wonder, where did it come from? They are already there. Mountains are yikapasha. Please, can someone shout fire? Oh, I can hear your fire. Can someone shout fire? Because we don't know how many presentations, how many belts have gathered already. But raise your voice and shout fire. Say, mountains be removed by fire, by fire, by fire. I cannot hear your fire. I cannot hear your fire. Say, as many as you may be, wherever you are, we block you out, we uproot you. Get out, get out. Can someone shout fire? Can someone shout fire? I cannot hear your fire.